Hey, we would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Karudash.
Give honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Rule Well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of the elect. We out with Jim S. Mississippi County. And today, we out here doing a live stream at the Akia's house because our teaching location was blocked off and it was impromptu. Alright, so they got a lot of things going on in the city. So just for right now, temporarily, we're gonna do a live stream at the house. Alright, and the brother will get that Acts 14.
It's Acts 14, chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
All right, read it again with Bucker, sir.
Confirming the souls, this is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
We must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So you have to know the game plan. You have to know the stipulations of being in this truth, man. All right, yeah, the Most High gave us His heavenly gift. All right, we tasted the heavenly gift, man. But there's a price, all right, because I hate to call it a game, but the competition is, can you keep this truth through the matrix? Can you resist all the principalities? Can you resist all the resistance that's headed towards your way? Now that you got this diamond in your hand, the matrix is gonna turn against you. All right, the world is gonna turn against you. You got this precious jewel. So now those agents, just like in the movie The Matrix, you're gonna have agents willing to overthrow you. So now you have a bounty on your head, man. And understand the prerequisites, all right, that's before you to get to the kingdom, man. Understand the stipulations before you to get to the kingdom, man. All right? Hey, Romans 8, yeah, let's go.
And it's Romans 8:18. For I reckon the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which is revealed in us.
And the sufferings of this present time, man. All right? Your car breaking down, and now every demon you had, it amplified times 10. So if you had a car demon, now you got a car demon time. It's literally a car demon. Now you got a car demon times 10. So as soon as you get this little car problem fixed, guess what? Another car problem. You get that fixed, another car problem. If you had a woman demon, now the narrative of you being the problem, now the problems in your household has amplified. All right, what else? If you had your own thorn in the flesh that you had to battle, your own vices, now they amplified, man. All right, because we're at the end of this thing. See, the sufferings is gonna usher. So, how much closer do you think we are seeing that your suffering has quadrupled, has amplified, man? All right, is it what's it?
I got another one.
All right, good. Go ahead, bro.
And this 1 Peter 3:17. For it is better if the will of the Most High be so that ye suffer for well doing than evil doing.
It's better to suffer for well doing than evil doing, man. All right. For example, you work on a job. Jake get fired from the job because they found out he was stealing. But you might get fired on the job because you didn't take the what last year or the year before that. You suffer for righteousness, man. You might have to live on a budget. You might have to. It might have been a little hard for you for a couple weeks, but the Most High had you, man. All right. So it's better to suffer for righteousness than to suffer for being a nigga.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So and don't ever forget that, man. It might be uncomfortable. Sometimes standing your ground and put your foot down for the truth. You might not be used to being outside your comfort zone or standing up for something in front of people, man. Nah, be humiliated for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's part of that transition into the kingdom. It's part of the hazing as well. The humiliation ritual, man. Our brothers can't get bald heads no more. Can't get them shiny bald heads. Brothers can't get them goatees no more. That's part of it, man. All right? Brothers have to cut out the dreadlocks. Now you have that look that Eve liked. It's part of it. All right? That's part of the suffering. We not the brothers and sisters make garments for us. They're beautiful garments, man. But we're not out here on the highways to make a fashion statement. The garments represent sackcloth. The garments represent we're basically like on college campus eating egg yolks and shit. You know, running around a college campus with feathers all over you. It's a humiliation ritual. It's a hazing. All right, but I'm not going to hold brothers from bringing out scriptures. So, any other brothers got scriptures? Go ahead, y'all. Romeo. I got you as well, and you too.
It's 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 to 12. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him.
What does it mean to be dead? You're dead to the world. You're dead to the perks of being in the Roman Empire. Don't you know that although we are yet this day in our captivity, we still have privileges as Roman slaves? We still have privileges as peasants? Rome was so lit back then. The Apostle Paul's teaching of the Roman Empire. Rome was still lit. So even if you're a Roman citizen, you can go to the gladiator games. You can deal with different women. You can go to these different restaurants and these different races. That's equivalent to being in bars and being brought up with Keisha and all that, man. We still got perks, even though we're yet this day in our captivity. But being dead in your house is killing that man. They can live in the Roman Empire, man. So the new creature can live eternally in the kingdom of heaven. All right? That's what it means to be dead in your house. You killed the old man that was excited about this crap, man. And we gotta bring it to balance. You can go to a bar, you can enjoy yourself, but that's no longer our life. All right? You got it, bro. What's more to that? Go ahead, bro.
It said, if we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us.
And ultimately, in the time we're coming into, part of that suffering is the guillotine. Part of that suffering is being in a concentration camp, and we don't know how long we're going to be in a concentration camp. It said, behold, the devil throw you into prison for 10 days. But that could be any other time, all right? But the thing about it, we're not regular niggas in that concentration camp, all right? That concentration camp is the culmination of what we've been doing out here for years. That's the end of our ministry. The end of our ministry is the concentration camp. The end of our ministry is the guillotine. And if we're worthy, we have the opportunity to show Yahushua that we're for him. By the, not in words. When you cut yourself off from the world, you're showing Yahushua, hey, I want to be where you at. I want to be in the kingdom with you. Fuck this place. You know? Go ahead, bro.
This Romans chapter 8, verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
The hell you caught? You know, you could have been a high value man in this society by today's standards, man. Now you work a $30,000. All right, that's suffering. You might have had a family in this truth, not a woman that took the kids and she can't deal with that new creature. You might have been a dope boy. You might have been kind of lit in your neighborhood. You know how you was that guy. But now you get changed up in the spirit and you work at a 9 to 5 and you read the Bible. Your woman can't get jiggy. She can't get jiggy with that, man. You try to make her wear a dress. Yeah, your woman in love now, man. That's suffering. All right? Your body got plagues. Or your body got ailments. All right? Or even just the things that were spiritually cut off by Big Brother Yahweh Shai. Big Brother Yahweh Shai. It's like, damn, I can't do that. That's part of the suffering. And guess what? Sometimes your flesh will bother you. Like, damn, I've been in the truth 10 years. Damn, you know, everybody, you might have had a classmate that's successful now. You know, but you got to stop that, man. All right, go ahead.
It's been dead to the world.
It's being dead. You're aging. And you might, in most, the trajectory of an American citizen is by the time you are getting your 30s, you're supposed to have good credit. You might have a family. You know, you might have a business you're running. You know, but in this truth, you didn't get that. So now people looking at you like, damn, I thought you were going to do something. But the whole time, you was building for the kingdom. And that's what they did see. All right?
Hey, can I say this?
Yeah.
And the next thing about when you come across the line and come to the truth, but you gotta know this ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna be easy road. Because same kind of in John, that 15, if they hated me, you know they're gonna hate you. Because we pushing you high about your shot. We pushing the Lord. Because when the Lord come back, Lord gonna do. So the angel say that we stand up for you high about your shot. And people that what we doing. So guess what, we will suffer. And we just totally fine. But you say that you gotta know when you come across the line, guess what? You gotta know it's coming.
Yeah, that's why the scripture tells you to count the cost.
And you gotta kind of
Because
cost.
you don't purchase a car unless you can afford it. So
Yeah.
you have to count the cost before you purchase that
That's
car.
right.
And it's the same thing with the truth. You have to actually put yourself in the other brother's shoes while you're standing behind the line before you cross over.
That's why you go into that man who went to build a house, you know, but he didn't have the ample enough to finish
That's
it.
right.
He looked at him and mocked him.
That's right.
And just make a quick statement to make a point.
Go ahead, I'll make it after you.
All right, now understand, hey, brothers be working out in here, right? Brothers be running. Hey man, if you finna run over a mile, you gotta pace yourself. You gotta factor in, this not finna be a sprint run.
That's right.
So a lot of brothers fell out because they spiritually got dehydrated.
Yeah.
They, they thought, we all thought it was gonna be gone in 6 months. It was gonna be out of America the first 6 months.
That's right.
That 6 months turned to a 10-year crusade.
And that's why you have to spiritually pace yourself.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers burn out because you start off hard, but then towards the midway or towards the end, you don't have enough gas left because you don't burn yourself out.
Yup. That's right.
You know?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Scripture say the race is not for the swift,
Right.
you know. So you like you say, you ain't gonna just be full speed and steam ahead, man. Like you say, you gotta pace yourself, you know. You gotta have your breathing right, your pace right. You know, that'll help you carry the distance, man.
Yeah.
And that's that understanding of the truth, man.
Yeah. If I could just add one more thing out, and in certain days, you're not gonna feel like performing at 100%. You're gonna have to get in the game with a sprained finger, a twisted ankle. You know, you may be dehydrated, you may have the flu, but you still gotta put up points in the truth, bro.
Hey, Julius Caesar had seizures.
Damn.
Yeah, he was epileptic. They didn't stop him. So, cause speaking of the finger injury and the thorn, you gotta know how to run with a thorn in you, man.
Yeah.
Cause some days you're not gonna have perfect production days, you're not gonna have reading days, but you can't have your thorn stop you.
That's right.
Your thorn will slow you down, but your thorn not supposed to stop
And Yahushua went through it because when you go to Isaiah the 53rd chapter, it tells you how he was grieved with sorrows. When in Hebrew it goes into anxiety and depression. So at times in his truth, in his walk, he became depressed, he became anxious. Think about when he was at the Garden of Gethsemane. You know, he was anxious. He was so anxious that he was sweating blood. So that's just part of the walk, you know.
you. Yeah, come.
But you know, he also prepared us for this, mentally.
Yeah.
And going into this, this is Luke 12, verse 51, he said, "But suppose ye that I come to give peace on earth," which is a question he asked. "I tell you, nay, but rather division." So that division, that's with our family, that's with life, with hope, with everything. Verse 52, it said, "For henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3.
And Yahushua, a classic example, he had 2 brothers in the truth and 2 brothers not in the truth. You know, look at Abram. Before he became Abraham, he was separated from his father, right? Moses was separated from his family.
Right.
So all the greats or the men of Yahweh Shem Ashai go through it, you know?
Right. Verse 53, it said, "For the father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father."
And that's because of doctrine, of belief. And we come into this time frame where we're going to be persecuted. So yeah, family may be cool at this time frame, but what happens when your name and your face along with the brothers are broadcast on your local news? You know, then you're going to see who was really down.
Right.
And be ready to be betrayed.
Yeah.
Be ready for your family to be like, yeah, he stay here. Just already know it. Even if they don't do it, just expect them to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just be ready to prepare for the worst. Prepare for the worst. But that's part of the transition to the kingdom. All right?
And it's good to have that mindset now, so when the time does happen to present itself, so you won't be too caught off guard.
Right.
Yeah, just know your girl. Your girl wasn't meant to be no ride or die.
Right.
Your girl was here to serve you or help you out until we enter into that next phase.
Right.
So we ain't expecting our woman that we deal with or have dealt with to be in the wilderness with us holding down.
Right.
We just expecting her to hold it down while the lights on.
Right.
All right?
Remember, you don't own, we're releasing.
You're releasing. Yep.
Just prepare for the worst, and the Lord can have it go either way. Because the Lord gonna save whole household, but He also gonna separate households.
That's right.
So you just gotta be prepared for if you do separate, like it's a possibility that it could be a separation when shit hit the fan. Like even you think, okay, she might be, but then it hit the fan and she goes sour. Well, even if it's looking like she could or they could be good, you still gotta expect the worst, man. And then charge the shit to the game. It is what it is.
And it's only gonna happen once.
And you gotta remember that, you know, when you're dealing with, especially the Israelite woman, you gotta remember how it went down with the serpent, man. So when these times come, they'll go to that woman, either threaten to do something to her, threaten to do something to her child, you know. And a woman in America especially is pretty much just accustomed to comfort. So when they see anything that could take them out of their discomfort or harm what they actually care about or consider loving, especially when it comes to their children, man, like brother was saying, I mean, just prepare for her to flip on you, man. She'll tell you all day that, you know, no, she down for the cause, she wouldn't do that, but just pay attention to certain behaviors, man, when they come in your household.
Hey, keep receipts.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
certain shit that happen, like you gotta take notice of what they say. It's no.
No,
you
do we
know,
know
gotta
Yeah.
look at shit. Like, okay, if she do this, you know, like I say, if she can't ask a good chance, she can't multiply.
That's right.
You know, so you gotta like live with that. Yeah. But see, one thing about Western culture, like you always get into, they worship children.
Yo.
And then in Western culture, they teach you to love unconditional. When you go into the scriptures, ain't no unconditional love in there. Love came with conditions. That's why there's certain laws you broke, you was out of there.
Right.
Your son, you know, lazy nigga, like, nah, this love is based on conditions. You not reading the conditions, we finna take you to the elders, nigga, we finna get you out of here. But Western culture didn't teach parents to think like that, especially women. That's why these women are right to put up the house for the degenerate niggas. So we gotta factor all that in as we going through this grace period. Like this grace period was for us to take in intel. So when shit hit the fan, we already kind of, you know, it
That's right.
should not surprise us. You know, we get to that point.
Hey, well, there's a reason why women live in the city and men live in the country. Or it's women in the country. The city is for convenience.
Yeah.
So if a woman has to sacrifice that city life, that convenience for you, there's a good possibility she's not gonna do it.
But you know, it's not gonna take that much, like Jacob's trouble in the death for the woman to really start showing her true color. Just imagine, they talking about already now another lockdown coming.
Yeah.
You know, and this lockdown beginning to happen, and you got more people out of work than you do working back in time when the first lockdown came. So now, you know, kids are saying, I'm hungry. You know, what do you hear when kids out of school? Moms, women in the store, I just spent $800 trying to feed these kids. So now, you know, them trying to feed the kids during this time of the year, you know, when they all in this spirit, you know, holiday spirit or whatever, wicked spirit, you know, it's gonna be hard on a lot of people, which, you know, they gonna start.
They ain't going to though.
Yeah, they're gonna start turning on people, you know, because they can't, they don't, they need, you know.
If you think about it, man, these women, they'll leave you for nothing. They'll leave you because they bored, because you ain't making enough money, because, you know, you ain't tall enough. So if they'll leave you for something as nothing as that, what you think they gonna do when Esau come to them with a detrimental judgment they have to make as far as, if you protect him, we're gonna kill your son. If you protect him, we're gonna take both of y'all to this concentration camp. So
easy decision.
Hey, that's a no-brainer.
And the sad part is Esau gonna kill you anyway.
Any motherfucker.
Yeah.
He gonna kill you and the kid anyway.
And don't you know, it says that Esau was a cunning hunter.
Yeah.
So in order to hunt, you have to perceive your prey as an animal.
Yeah.
So Esau, at least they just look at us like animals. They look at you, your wife, our wife. They don't look at us like you human. But you still looking for it.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much, you know, just saying that the times we in now, it just takes very little, and she will turn.
That's right. I got a quick one, bro. This is 1 Corinthians 7:34. There is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit. But she that is married care for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. Right?
You might as well get the one with the
Which one is that?
well he that has a woman cares for things of the world. I mean, he make peace with wife.
Yeah. I think that was the one.
32.
Yeah. You know what? This is the one. 1 Corinthians 7:33. But he that is married for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
And you get that right quick. So remember last
That was it, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Because
that's the one.
the woman is always gonna be attached to whatever power structures in power. Like the woman is gonna be in tune with who's ever in power. So you as a man, naturally, okay, you want to provide for your woman, you want to see your woman in a good place. So if you have a woman, you have certain obligations of this world that you gotta tend to. Like you can't neglect, you know?
Right.
So that's why Apostle Paul was like, if you just know this, if you do get married, you're gonna have to deal with worldly shit. Because women are of the world, like whatever society is in power, that society has their imprint on women.
Yeah.
You know, it don't have the imprint on men like that. Some men be gone, but a lot of men, it's natural for a man to be doing his own thing, no matter who's in power. But for a woman is imprinted. You know, when the Romans was in power, the Babylonians was in power. Whoever was in power, that woman has that imprint of their rulership. That's why every argument that you have with your woman is based on Western thought.
That's it. That's it.
Because she's imprinted with Western mindset, man.
From a spiritual standpoint, where it says she that is married care of the things of the world, how she may please her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritually, her husband is Esau.
That's right.
That's right.
Because her whole orientation is because women were cultured to be wives to their husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's for different thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
But now a woman is being raised to be a wife to Esau, to be his helpmeet.
That's it.
They made that pledge within the garden.
Yeah, in the garden. So from kindergarten to the end of college, you being groomed to be his helpmeet.
That's it.
But you don't see Esau setting up Jake in no Section 8 home. You know, Jake ain't getting no food stamps like that. Jake ain't getting wick and snap and all that. That's they husbands. Esau taking care of him, making sure he providing for them.
Daddy Esau.
That's why when he cut them off, they're gonna be lost.
They gonna be done.
You know.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat.
Because it simply means the shape, agitate the water. But best believe, in its truth, there is a spiritual competition for your crown. It's a spiritual competition. Whether it's through your woman, that's why we read about Job. That's why the Most High did not allow Satan to kill Job's wife. She was part of the integrity test.
Right.
So don't be thinking it's all willy-nilly with your woman like, nah, she cool. Nah, part of that cool shit is to de-arm you, man.
That's why.
Can you get that right, Chris, since he said that?
Luke 17:32. I'll start with verse 31. No, I'll start at 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away.
And we went into that definition of stuff. And the other brother Yakanan went into it, and yeah, he went into it. Stuff really goes into your belongings, including your wife. All right? Be willing to leave your wife if need be, if it comes down to it. All right?
And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back.
Yeah.
Remember Lot's wife.
Remember Lot's wife, man. But going back, her spirit was imprinted in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know she had gay friends. All right. You know some of her relatives were LGBTQ. You know she had she was rebellious. You know she had a little gossip buddies. All right. But Lot was like, shit, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And it went right into what you said. Me and that tapped in like that. You know, but it's the women that really love it because it's the word city itself is really personified as a woman. Every time you read about a city, see in older languages outside of English, words have what do you call it, possessions. So a word can be like the sun is masculine, the moon is feminine, the earth is feminine. So when you speak about a city, it's really feminine. So the city itself is a feminine noun.
Country would be now.
Makes
The country will be masculine, but that shows you in the spirit. That's why women are more cleaved into the city.
That's why you think of a metrosexual, you think
Yeah.
of feminine.
Feminine.
Cause the word metropolitan goes back to mother city.
Mother city. So that's the spirit.
And people and people and how you know it's feminine because people are implanted into lands.
Yeah.
Right.
Lands are implanted into people.
Yeah.
So you look at like a female and a male, the female gets penetrated, which makes it feminine.
Yeah.
That's why the Most High, he implanted man here on earth
Yeah.
with these different cities, different land masses, and things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we were inserted.
Kanye, that's why
Right.
like on ladies like lady getting free, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically the world is catered to women. Because when women can go to the store, spend $30, she buy like 4 or 5 goddamn, maybe more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So everything came to the woman, like everything to the woman.
Yeah, like certain days of the week.
Certain
They
days,
have like half off or getting your oil
Yes.
change for the women.
everything. This whole
That's why men have been devalued. Part of you being devalued because in the city she literally don't need you. Cause she got her little choices of men, and every skill that a man's supposed to have is occupied in services now. She can go get her car serviced, take it to a mechanic. You know, her apartment complex handles the trash. Are you have police for security? What you been saying?
they cater to the woman.
It's catered to the
I'm telling you, they cater to the woman.
It's a guy in accuracy.
Yeah.
And that's why when that judgment comes, that's when it's gonna hit them women hardest.
Yeah.
Like it says in the Apocrypha how the city should be troubled. So who mainly dwells within the cities? Women.
What's that? It's a show about you be talking about it where they'll put the men in one place out in the wilderness and the women alone. And it shows you right there, man, that women cannot function and survive within the wilderness, man. You know, the men been has camp set up, fire going, got them food and everything within the hours, man. You know, the sun be going down and Eve still trying to figure out how to light a dry stick if she can find one.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't even got no shelter up, they ain't got no food lined up to cook up or nothing, man. But that goes back to that city. The city, what? She can go happy hour, she can go around the corner to the block, call them Uber Eats, whatever. You know, but when it comes to survival mode, they ain't got it.
The woman's catered and pampered. Hey, LB, before you bring something out, can you run that back for me? Peace up.
Luke.
Yeah.
Alright, it's back in the book of Luke chapter 22. Luke chapter 22, verse 31. And it says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you that he may sift you as wheat.
Right, because if you think about it from a spiritual standpoint, Satan really can't do nothing to us if we walk as the elect, right? So what Satan does is make you conquer. No, so like he will make you beat yourself. That's what he tried to do with Job. He tried to make Job tap out through the spirit. And that's the same thing he do with us. And just to back that point up, this is John chapter 10 and verse 29. My Father, which gave them me, referring to the elect, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. And when that term pluck, it goes into what? Seize. So Satan can't seize the elect from Yahweh Hashem. And then when you go into that term, hand in the Greek is actually going into controlling the destinies of men, right? So Satan goes up there to Yahweh and Yahweh. He's bidding on stopping us from crossing that finish line. But since everything is predestined anyway, there's nothing he can do. And you have a reference in the book of Job. All he could do was give him hell on earth, but at the same time frame, he could not kill him.
And equivalent, you know, to what Job's wife said, curse the Most High and die.
Yeah.
That's going to be the woman this time saying, go ahead and get the MOTB.
But see, that goes to show you is what? She's a weaker vessel.
Yeah.
So Satan can penetrate her mindset quicker than a man. Look, when they went into the king in the book of Daniel, Yahushua and Michael worked on that mind of that king. It took them a couple weeks. It took them 21 days. But Satan could easily penetrate a woman. You know, all you gotta do, hell, she gets hungry for 30 minutes, I'm leaving. Go get the microchip, or you leave and come back. Hell, everybody microchip in the house.
Bro, I seen the videos that saying that the woman just weaker. I seen the videos. I just be on TikTok saying that a woman just weaker.
Well,
It didn't mean.
we gonna see when the time comes.
Yeah.
Right now we're dealing with projections. So women have all type of projections. They project them a certain way. But when the shit hit the fan, we gonna see the reality of a female. Oh, you got your scripture. You do hold us on, right? Let's bring those out real quick though.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, starting verse 12. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart.
You know what's so crazy? The fear of the Lord, right? So with that being said, you have to welcome death within that. The fear of the Lord, the fear of Yahweh Hashem Mashah is welcoming death. All right? That's true fear.
You got the example.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Eleazar.
Right.
You know, about the swine, he didn't want to eat the swine. The 7 Hebrew brothers.
Yeah.
All right. The 3 Hebrew boys, Meshach, Hananiah, Azariah, and, you know, Daniel. They all counted death. They all counted death within the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stephen, they didn't have a fear of death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they knew, okay, I could die. You know, but I fear the Lord rather than this certain king. Than these certain, you know.
Death is nothing but Uber to the Most High.
Yeah.
You know, they understood what comes after death. If they go into the spirit world. Whereas now people, you know, they think it's over with.
Yeah. And they also knew they was gonna cycle back. They know that they knew they were gonna be in the kingdom too. All right.
Verse 13, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Yeah, and the wickedness of a woman goes into what you brothers are talking about. Like her wiles to get you to bend the knee. You know, then on the spiritual level, the wicked woman is Babylon the Great. Because all the wiles of Satan are just manifested in the energy of Babylon to get you to go back, man. Because in order to physically bend a knee, you have to mentally bend a knee. So it's really a fight to resist this strange woman. Because, hey, come on, John the Revelator, barber at the whore. Damn, that's a baddie though. Yeah, you know, you would be at Kroger or Walmart, you'll see a Eve, you know she ain't right, but you like, she bad in the motherfucker. So even John the Revelator is like, God damn, we in the whore though. So we experience her wiles every day with her ways. It said, envy not the oppressor and choose none of her ways. So, and part of the wickedness of a woman is that she's seductive. So we're resisting that woman every day. She's enticing. I can put that, brother.
This Philippians 3 and verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Yahushua. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahushua my Lord.
In the Greek, that term excellency goes into superior of his class. So you can see how Apostle Paul was on a much higher level than the apostles, man. You know, because Yahushua was working with him directly. I think Yahushua worked with him for what, 3 weeks? Was it 3 weeks?
Was it 3 years?
Yes, 3 years.
3 years, a lot.
It's a couple years.
Yeah, 3 years.
Well, he GD.
Well, fast track, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung,
Right.
that I may win Yahushua.
And that's what it's all about. Winning Yahushua. So everything that we have in life, we accounting for, or we are credited as being shit. Because we gonna get it back anyway.
And that goes to thinking immortal. You know, because what we lose on this side, even people, it's gonna come back. You know, we're gonna get everything back. So it's not even nothing personal. You know, when things happen, it ain't nothing personal. They had to play their part. It's above them.
That's right.
You know, so we just have a mindset. We'll see them on the other side, man. But we gotta finish what we gotta finish. You know, like Yahushua told Judas that, do what thou do is quickly. Play your part. You know, let's get to the next phase.
He didn't take it personally.
Yeah. You know, he treated him like a brother all the way to, you know.
Hey, just like we have to, you know, understand wickedness to understand righteousness, we gotta learn, we gotta understand how it feels or what it's like to lose, to appreciate and understand that win, man. You know, we're gonna give more praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for Abaratazah, we're part of the elect, man, in the kingdom of heaven to hold those positions we in. And you know what I'm saying, and reflecting back on the losses we took, the things we done went through, you know, sacrifices we have made, you know, all through the spirit shot for something greater, man. That's a win, man. So these losses, man, they just a stepping stone to the top of the tier, man.
And you gotta experience a relationship with a whore to really appreciate a virtuous woman. So we had to experience Babylon and our own walk in Babylon to really appreciate Jerusalem.
And the problem, y'all, is Babylon. Because if you took the people, and you remember we did a video on it. If you took the people in Central America, you put them in America, you took us out and put us in Central America, we would be more civilized. America is the problem.
Yeah.
She's the whore. She seduced all of us prior to us being born again. America is the fucking problem. America is the reason why these women are acting the way they're acting. The reason why brothers are going against brothers outside of the truth is because of America, man. But we know that it is promoted first and most importantly by the curses.
And well, no, go ahead with your point.
I was gonna say, Revelation 18, it says the other nations have drunken of the wine and wrath of Babylon.
That's right.
It don't say of no other nation, just to back up what you said.
The water, bro. The water.
A couple of words. Philippians 3:13. It says, "Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth into those things which are before."
Cause that's what Lot did. You gotta remember, your wife just got turned to a pile of salt. And he forgot the things that was behind and thought about the things that was before him, man. So that's what we're spiritually doing. Remember Lot Weiss, man. I'm gonna get my words mixed up, but we're forgetting America. Cause guess what's gonna happen to America? Pile of salt.
That's right.
It's gonna be a barren desert.
That's right, bro.
And guess what? We're looking forward. We're looking ahead of us, man. And that's why we do these lessons. That's why we're on the highways and the byways, because it's an inspiration and it's a reminder to look forward. Because the rest of the 6 days of the week, you're dealing with the matrix. And if you're not resisting it by doing things like this, the matrix can take you, man. You know?
And Lot had way more than what we had.
Yeah,
Like Lot had estates.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
had business inside. Like he had business in that area, man. Like all that went to nothing instantly. But like you said, he had a mindset. Fuck, you know.
Hey,
What
when
did
Lot,
Lot have the most?
yeah.
What did he want the most?
Hey, he wanted salvation,
He
man.
wanted to escape that wickedness.
Yeah.
And when his wife looked back, she wasn't looking back in no apartment.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Lot, he valued the judgment that was coming to that place more than the things that he had. Because remember what it said, Lot was vexed. Yeah, so the judgment, he was like, shit, them niggas need that shit. Like, I'm out of here, goddamn, you know?
Yeah, go ahead, Lamar.
All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahushua said unto him, "No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of heaven." Because if Lot would have looked back, he would have been in the same position as his wife, man.
Yeah, a whole nother legacy.
Right, but he kept his hand to the plow. He kept the mission and the order Habashim al Shabbat what? Going forward, man. You know, that was Luke chapter 9, verse 62.
You know, that plow in the Hebrew goes into to turn up.
Like he turned up.
Yeah,
he started,
yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah, but that's a good point. You had made earlier, Zaquan. They knew that they was gonna come back. So pretty much as the elect, it's your duty every time that you're in the earth to maintain their righteous legacy. Like every time you come back in the earth, you gotta maintain their righteous legacy. Cause Eleazar, all those men that we mentioned, they're back now. So now it's their last time to maintain their righteous legacy that they've been having through all these reincarnations, man. Yahushua, he finished his, you know, so it's on us to finish our, you know, maintaining our righteous legacy. What Yahushua say? Hold fast to that what you have. So that must mean we got them righteous legacies now. We just got to hold out one more time.
It's so heavy that every time you come back in the reincarnation, you remember what you did your last life in the book. Like most of us was raised off the scriptures for a reason. Then we came into the knowledge. But the knowledge was, the secret was, you knew this in your past life. I'm reminding you to continue the mission when you come back. You see what I'm saying?
You do it a little bit better.
Yeah.
than you did the previous.
Yeah, that's right. You said you had something?
Yeah, since our brother Lamar said, look forward, Philippians 3:14. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
So it's all about, pressing toward that mark, it's just that finish line. And you gotta look at it like those games back in the day, like Super Mario Brothers, Crash Bandicoot, games like that. They all had those, that straight line, and they had those different obstacles trying to, pretty much keep you off from going to that finish line.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, what was it? It was a reward at the end.
Yeah.
So how much
That's
more the biggest reward we can ever receive?
Eternal life.
Eternal
You sure
life.
right, it was a street.
Mhm.
It was a street.
They all had levels too.
Mm-hmm.
The levels were like being reincarnated. Each time you got better and better.
That's right. That's right.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 27. The birds will resort unto their light. So will truth return unto them that practice in her.
And that connects right with the scripture, how in every incarnation, she making herself friends. She making them friends of the Most High, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah. Y'all right.
Got a book.
Okay, go ahead.
Just bring it up. Sirach 1:14. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb.
And that's what's the problem with a lot of people. They don't even initially have that fear.
That's right.
Because they live life deliciously and or recklessly. So then they take that as though, what I need the Heavenly Father for? What I need to fear His laws, statutes, and commandments for? When I'm living fine. I'm living just fine without it.
Self-made.
I'm self-made. So now the Most High is not in all their thoughts. You really just turn it. For the Israelite man, the Israelite, when you put the Most High versus an Edomite or an heathen, But taking a look at those who are looking back. Because let's say, for example, the Most High stated that the kingdom is already prepared for us. Wait, and watch. That's moving forward.
Yeah.
But people are spiritually looking back because they're not even holding their head up.
Yeah.
They like it right here where they at. So this is a comparison unto Lot's wife looking back. Because the scriptures, in the context of it, it says, and she looked back and turned to a pillar of salt. She was behind him, right?
That's right.
And Lot didn't know she turned to a pillar of salt because he didn't look back.
That's right.
He obeyed
That's right.
the word of the Heavenly Father.
That's right. Hey, remember Lot's wife, man. Hey, you said you had something?
Yeah, it's just to go back to what the brother said about when you come back and you continue your righteous legacy, because the scriptures talk about it where in Revelation where it told John that he was going to prophesy again to many peoples, nations, and kingdoms. That's continuing his legacy. But this one is in Daniel. It's Daniel 12 and 13. It says, I'm reading the NLT. It says, as for you, go your way unto the end. You will rest, and then at the end of the days, you will rise again to receive the inheritance set aside for you.
Okay, I can break that down. That further proves that John came back as John the Revelator. So it's the same process with us, Lord will,
The same thing with Ezra. The angel told Ezra, don't worry about it. Ezra, you're gonna be fine in this time. Ezra was saying, woe is me at this time.
Yeah. And then also, Ezra, he's marked. He's marked for protection.
That's right.
So, you're gonna witness it, but he's marked for protection.
Why?
Tawa, and most, oh shit, I said that word, hold on. But most, most of the men of the Lord, they're gonna be protected. Some of us is gonna go out as martyrs, but the Most High said, no temptation I'm taking you, but such as coming to man. Yahweh is faithful that He will not suffer you to be tempted above that you're able. And with the temptation, create a way to escape. So that must mean even if you go out as a martyr, you might be numb, it might be instant. You might go to the spirit world before the blade hit you. You know what I mean? It's the Most High in this balance. Nonetheless, that's the token. All right, that you gonna get saved, man. That's the token. That's that final token. That final test, man.
Righteous shall scarcely be saved.
The righteous shall scarcely be saved, man.
Because if our bodies are going to be changed in an instance, in the twinkling of an eye, salvation is going to come in an instance, in the twinkling of an eye.
Right.
So that's why, the scripture goes into those that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. That means literally enduring up until that last millisecond.
And it's all a test. And that concentration camp, that's the ultimate test. That's that final exam. But we're tested every day. Hey, and don't forget, like the elder apostle Gabar has been admonishing us, what to pray. That's what strengthens you in this matrix, man. All right, who's listening to this one?
I got something.
All right, go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessary to lay upon me. Yea, woe is me if I don't preach the gospel. Don't speak your gospel. Come. You know, we're talking about like, brother said about Luke 9, who put the hand to plow, looking back. If you came this truth and you fell out of truth, and the Lord will destroy you. It's no end but battle, really. Coming together, if you learn this truth and you basically get off your lead, and now you looking back like the scripture said, Philippians 3, looking back, you basically looking back. Done this, man. I know a lot of brothers in here could have great jobs. I know that. I know a lot of brothers like had a mind like, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Now, if you still thinking about that, something wrong with you. Damn that, because we look at something way forward and better than that, though. Think about it. We got look like kingdom. We get the kingdom. I ain't randomly how about some shot. All the women in the world you want, and basically just live good. I people ain't struggling no more. People ain't hurt, ain't sick.
Yeah.
We up on no damn light bill. I ain't waiting to go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just look forward to eating real food.
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying? And breathing clean air.
Clean air.
Like, for real.
Enjoy your family.
Yeah. So if you feel the truth, if you come to the truth, and you're not preaching the gospel, like the good news, it's not that the news is good and bad at the same time. You gotta preach all of it.
Just say woe unto you that have lost patience.
That's right.
Like you said, that destruction.
Yeah.
It's really no coming back from it, because if you were a dependable servant and I trusted you to tend to the plow, tend to the field with both hands on the plow, and I come back and find you not working.
You ain't doing shit.
Yep. That's why it's to occupy till I come.
That's right.
I got two for y'all.
Alright. We're gonna get the final one for this.
Okay, Ecclesiasticus 7:15. Hey, now laborious work.
That's a beautiful one right there.
Neither husbandry
What's husbandry?
is work.
It's work, because what is a husbandman? He's a plowman. He's a farmer.
That's what I'm applying.
Yeah. No, we put in our hands to the plow, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Which the Most High has ordained.
Mm-hmm.
Jump down to verse 36. Whatsoever you take in your hand, remember the end, and you shall never do amiss.
And that's one thing that drives you and gives you direction, is knowing the end goal. If you don't know where you're going, you're not gonna have direction and you're not gonna have drive. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a light at the end of your tunnel, you're not gonna have any fucking ambition, man. All right, so you have to remember the end, which is salvation. Because you can get caught up in this matrix and you'll forget the end. You'll forget why you're doing this, man. All right.
I got one more.
Okay, come on.
Wrap it up for me.
It ain't gonna be Lamar than you.
Alright. And this is Hebrews 12:1. It states, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight, meaning burdens that troubles our flesh.
Put out the weak nature.
That's it, because we fuck up in this truth as well, but at the same time frame, you have to have a short-term memory, because Satan used that same tactic for you to destroy yourself by worrying about something that Yahweh Hashem has already forgiven you for.
And come next to scripture, don't let your sin weigh you down.
That's it.
Yeah. Let not sins weigh you down and pride lift you up.
And it states, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us. So if something beset us, that means it retards. Like I think a Greek word for this is retard, meaning it prevents you from continuing to move forward. And then also a definition for sin is when you miss the mark. So we sin, we've actually missed the mark of being perfect in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah. So whenever we miss the mark, we have to ask for forgiveness and then keep it moving. Because again, the wiles of Satan you to defeat you. Getting you to beat you, because there's nothing he can do. Right? So you want to add?
Yeah, it said the sick, and it said lay aside, because the closer we get to the end, It's like we gotta shed this. We gotta shed this shit. Like this life, this world, you know, Babylon. You gotta shed it. Like you really, shit gotta start falling off you, man. You know, we in a time now where he must increase, but we must decrease. Like our ambitions and our little things that we like to do, a lot of this shit gotta start shrinking, and Yahweh Shai gotta start increasing more. Cause that's what's gonna keep us to the end is Yahweh Shai. So the more that we're tapped into Yahweh Shai, you know, according to our life, according to our purpose, that's what's gonna maneuver us through this shit. Like Yahweh Shai is gonna be, you know, the thing that's gonna get us over the top, you know, being more tapped into him. Because like I say, it's easy to get caught up in this shit. And this shit is everything outside of Yahweh Shai is set up to make you fall, man, to make us fall, man. You know?
And then the Most High so gracious, he done gave us a chance. Like some of us done been out the country, been across the states, done, you know, just we done really had a so-called good time here. So we have experienced life, and we realize, like, you know what, man, it's all bullshit. At the end of the day, it's all.
You gonna read too?
Yeah.
So.
In Hebrews 12:1, in a sin which does so easily, and let us run with patience the race which is and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High.
And he said the joy set before him. And that's what's going to, you know, propel us to do whatever we got to do, the losses we got to take, because we have an understanding of what's to come. Like, you got to be able to see, you know, the brothers that you teach with, like, these men finna be in rulership. Like, it's time for righteousness to rule the earth. Like, you got to be fully fed up with this shit. And the joy is, like what the brother was mentioning, all the things that we finna experience, man, because right now we're experiencing life on a bare minimum basis. You're unappreciated, you're limited resources, we have absolutely no authority in this society, but now we finna witness the other side. We finna come into the Lord, man. You know? So the joy that's set before us, when we read the scriptures, man, is that bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, is finna come into eternal rulership, man. Because the earth has always been a back and forth about what nation is going to rule the earth. Okay, now we coming to the war that's going to end all wars, World War III. And all the men that you see sincerely teaching his word is finna be established, man. And Yahweh Shai seen that on the cross. That was the part of the joy that was set before him, man. You know, and then Yahweh Shai was able to go to the Father and say, I finished what you told me to do. And we want to have this same, just like El Apostle Bar, he said one of his fantasies is that he's going to be able to go in front of Yahweh Shai and say, I finished what you told me to do. That's going to be eternal. Like, even past the material things, man, you're gonna be an Israelite man walking around the earth that did what Yahweh Shai told you to do, man. And that's a crown that can't be taken, man. You know? And that's part of the joy that's set before us, man. Yeah, bro.
I want to say that's what on Book of Eli, these that said at the end of, I think before he got, he's like, if he ran the race, I finished, you know that bitch. He said that, and either way he passed away, right? So yeah, he did, and that's how you said that's how y'all shot, and that's how we want to feel. We want to feel the same way though. Yeah. I love. You took it down through there.
I fought the good fight.
Each way we did it, we bumped the head, we fell down, we got back up. That's what we kept on moving, we kept on pushing. Hey, we finished, Lord. And look, promise us something. Let's do it. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, go ahead, Lamar. All right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 6, starting verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. And you know, that's something we already experienced and gonna experience more of, man, because we done had friends, family who done scoffed and talk shit about us being this truth, how we have changed, man, walking away with right to the best of our ability. you know. But that's gonna go even further when Esau started putting us out on these news stations, you know, speaking all manners of evil about us, you know. But that's something that part of the enduring in the fight that we're in, man. Okay, verse 23. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy. For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. So our forefathers went through that, man. So, you know, this is a part of, again, this is just a part of the lot, man, of being a prophet of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, being a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So, with that comes with a great reward for his brothers going to by enduring, continuing on, keeping the good fight of faith, keep pushing, you know, get weary, but, you know, keep fighting, man. Never give up, because, you know, the finish line is there. We can see the ribbon, man. You know, we just trying to go on and get there and break through it, man. So just continually pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to strengthen us when we're weak, man. Talk to brothers when you're getting weary. And just know the fight is almost over, man.
You was gonna make a point, right?
Yeah, I was gonna bring out a scripture to back up you and Ayash on what y'all was saying. This is Hebrews 4 and 14, 144. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahweh Shai, the son of Yahweh, let us hold fast our profession. You know, which our profession we doing, you know, so you guys are going into how we have to fight this fight. You know, for we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. So he made, like Ayash was going in, he was the example that we got. You know, as long as we hold fast to him and stay within him, you know, we will see that finish line and that salvation. You know, and the last one, it said, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help us in times of need. And that's what we're doing, because we know that time is before us. That time of need, Jacob's trouble is coming, which we're gonna need Yahweh Shai and Yahweh at time. So, you know, we just steady holding fast to that final, you know, that final pow, you know, of the finish line.
And boldness, because you're able to be bold because you did what was required. You know, like anything you do, if you handle your business, if you got a meeting in the morning, but you cross all your T's and dot your I's, you're gonna come to that meeting bold. Like, you got your information, you got the numbers, you got everything that's required of you. You're gonna be bold in that meeting because you did what was required. That's how brothers gonna be in the kingdom. It's gonna not a sense of pride, but hey, we did what we were supposed to do. You know, we're not gonna have that shame as our people 2/3 coming back, because nah, man, those men stood stiffly. Like, that's gonna be a forever legacy, man.
And you hit that closing point.
Yeah, like this is just rerouting what we started out with, the book of Acts, how it goes through much tribulation we should into the kingdom. This is a quote right here, says, sometimes God will put a Goliath in your life for you find a David within you. So, you know, you think about, you know, how it goes into there's no testimony without a test. And then Goliath, ultimately, you know, this westernization really going into Esau Edom. You know, as it says within Revelation, how they overcame him, referring to the hierarchy of Esau Edom by the Lamb, and also by the word of their testimony. So this testimony is really going to help us get through this road of Yahweh Shai. And it's not going to be easy, it's going to be very bumpy. Yeah. But then at the very end of the day, it's going to be worth it, man.
That's right.
It's heavy, man. There's something to meditate on. You know, but with that, we hope you brothers just edified. Once again, we want to give all the glory to the unassigned other apostles and other bishops of great millstone of the well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness, and house of David the elect. Abba, Shalom.